Yes guys, welcome to a vlog. Now obviously with this me walking around St. Peter's, go to the shop, get some stuff. Then I actually want to have a proper sit down, talk about Chelsea because we beat Benfica 4-1. In my review, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check out. I did start to bring up the weather and the refereeing for a short 5 to 6 minutes. And along with that, the actual performance itself. But I didn't exactly go into depth with it, and also I want to bring up a certain Trust user who I do not want to be giving attention to. Mainly because he's a cancer to the fan base. Now obviously we'll start off with the common starting point. I don't want to cross the road because I don't want to get run over, but practically, right, we win 4-1 and we have a pretty good performance, 3-4-2 on the ball. We had Cucurella get whipped into that left mid space, which was actually quite smart. We had James in the back three, but could also venture forward. So it wasn't necessarily a 4-2-2-2, right? And with us being linked with João Pedro quite heavily, right? I feel like him, where Palmer was, would have been class. Now, no Palmer had the worst game, but a Palmer, João Pedro, left hand space, right hand space, could have actually been class, because something what João Pedro offers you is he kind of offers you the versatility in terms of positioning he can play and overall his game, right? He likes to make them runs, what Cam should make, and his end product is actually quite decent. He has good playmaking, which is needed in a central attacking midfielder, right? Along with the shadow striking and the willingness to make runs into the box, be that last man, be the guy on the end of stuff. Comparing him to a Palmer, two different profiles. Palmer has that goal scoring ability. Then you have João Pedro, who can score, as he did rally up 19 GA last season in the Prem, or in all comps. But he's especially good at playmaking. He's good at setting up chances, making chances on his by himself, on his own. And he would have been such a good influence on the game what we literally just played. And no, I'm not saying that because I'm a big João Pedro fan, which I am. I will not lie. I love João Pedro. Right, I love him at Chelsea. I rate him highly. I actually rate him highly, but I do not even think a 60 million valuation is steep. I actually think he's worth more. Obviously, it's another Brighton player. And the way this fan base kind of interacts to anything Brighton linked, they'll obviously get a bit, ooh, stay away. But no, I take him. He could actually do good against certain teams, especially when you're a big six club, you versus a lot of low blocks, and I feel like he could actually do decent against them low blocks. Now, on to other stuff, right? Nkunku scores the goal to make it 2-1, and overall didn't have the worst performance ever, right? obviously I've been a big critique of Nkunku. But yesterday he actually looked happy. He tried to make stuff happen. Yes, at times he was a bit basic with his decision making, and yes, I'm walking around the store. Right. But at the end of the day, Nkunku's going to be sold, so you wouldn't really expect much. Yes, he scored, but the goal he scored, I think anyone could score. If you actually have the IQ, anyone could score that. Let's see Dinko with a goalkeeper tapping. It's not like he scored a worldie. And this kind of leads me on to my next point. Certain Batista. Dean CFC or CFC Dean. Right? He says he's a Chelsea fan, right? Well, if you actually look at his tweets, which makes you think, is this guy even a Chelsea fan? Because he hates Maresca. Which I'm not going to say you always have to like the manager, but he calls yesterday hoofball performance. You know, just kicking a ball long. When do we ever kick a ball long? I'd love to know.
Sorry, thank you.
He also made a tweet about Nkunku and Delap's performance, quoting some fans, Bundesliga flop compared to Diego Costa, quote. Obviously you can work out which one's for which player. Now, he's trying to defend Nkunku, because why wouldn't you? Well, when you're trying to be the agenda in the fan base, why would you? You're like, oh crap. You know, I need to say something here to totally rile up the fan base. Yes, my buddy, I'm gonna do a close, but do I care? No, not really. Okay. Why would you? The goal as the agenda person in that case, happy base actually agendas in this fan base, right, is to try through a point which no one really agrees with. In this case, it's Nkunku being good enough for Chelsea in this system. And the way you kind of look at it is this, okay? Nkunku will never bench Palmer, and Nkunku will never be a striker. He'll never be a winger. So the only place is behind the striker. Now in the Conference League games he did play there, he would say he was underwhelming. And that's not me lying. That's me being truthful. He also goes on to criticise for apparently misprofiling. Misprofiling. Palmer. Once again, something I disagree with, because he does it based on her own. He was actually quite good yesterday, Palmer. Right, yeah, let me just get my stuff. This one then. I'll be back. I'm back. Anyways, so as I was saying, Palmer played well against Benfica for the position he got played in. Now, I actually like Palmer. He wasn't actually that bad on the left wing / left attacking 10. In fact, I like him better because he kind of gets to roam around a lot more. He made stuff happen. He put in a few balls into the box. He got an assist yesterday for Dewsbury Hall's goal. And he criticised Maresca for where he played him. As in, like, players can't be versatile. As in, like, players have one position and they must play that one position. Right? He still played in his position. In the left half space. Left 10. You had Cucurella making those underlapping runs to support Palmer, which worked out quite well actually. Now this is where I'll say again, João Pedro would be perfect because he could shoot one of them 10 spaces so well and have, instead of Enzo in the team next to Caicedo, but Enzo being that extra attacking centre mid, which still bombs up and down compared to the left hand space, right hand space in this 3-4-2-1 system on the ball. He also then goes on to criticise Cucurella as a attacking player, attacking aspect. Cucurella was so good yesterday. And any criticism, right, on how Cucurella played yesterday, or today, because of when it finished, can get shut up, can be shutted up. Okay? Dean has agendas against Maresca. He doesn't care if he's wrong. As long as he has something he can run an unnecessary random agenda against or on, then he's happy, right? And don't mind me, I'm about to eat on camera, I don't really care though. Okay? So, this is where I'll say this, okay? Dean can run his agendas, but I'll never be gaslighted into believing any agenda he puts up. Is a cancer to this fan base. His account lost 1k followers within 3 months because of his negativity on Chelsea, his unnecessary comments on Maresca, on the players, his player FC, which he does run by the way. He's fanboys of Nkunku, Palmer, and I'm not saying don't be fanboys or players, okay? I love Lavia, but I also stay equal compared to everyone else in the squad. One second. the small comments he makes on the squad, on the team, is crazy. He made a comment earlier this season saying how Reece James, Cucurella, Fofana, and Nkunku, all the top earners, will get sold because of the wages. And Nkunku isn't worth 180 grand a week. Fofana's injury prone, not because of his wages, and even then Fofana isn't getting sold. Cucurella isn't getting sold. Reece James isn't getting sold. So, him making these rumours is a bit mental, right? He'll believe anything to run their agenda, right? I remember that one rumour with that Leicester centre-back, and I'm pretty sure he made a comment, and it's like, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Some people just say shit for bullshit. Some people say shit for agendas, for clicks. We were never in for a Leicester centre-back who barely made the first team. We are always aiming higher. We might even get a centre-back, right? And he praises common centre-backs. He'll praise Gallagher for no reason, right? He compared Gallagher, a defensive-based midfielder, to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez has already topped Gallagher's highest goal and assist contribution this season. And you're trying to gaslight me into thinking Enzo Fernandez isn't better than Gallagher. Look, and I'll say this now, okay? I do not like Dean. He'll get rattled. But I just thought I'd talk about him, because why not? I mean, I need content, and I want to try different stuff out. So yes, guys, that's going to be the end of this vlog. This walking, talking, shopping vlog. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and peace!